What's up, everybody? It's Filter Free with Tahera Rene Christy. I am so excited about my guest today. I am featuring one of the best artists of our lifetime. You probably know him, and if you don't, you should get to know him. His name is Wayne M. Lucas. He is a singer-songwriter and amazing friend of mine. So many great attributes to this guy's life, and we're just going to talk to him a little bit about love, a little bit about music, what he's been up to, and what he's going to be doing very soon in the future with his second album. So stay tuned. Here's my theme song. All right, everybody, we're so excited to have Wayne M. Lucas here to talk a little bit about love, life, relationships, and music. And he's basically kind of like a music genius. Not basically, he is a music genius. And he knows a little bit about everything when it comes to life and love. And as a result, he has an amazing creative outlet and produces these amazing songs that people around the world in 46 countries have listened to, and I am his number one fan outside of his mom and dad, I'm sure. So let me introduce him. Say what's up to him, Wayne.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? T, this is great. We're finally on a podcast together.
Finally. I have been waiting to get you on a microphone for so long. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Well, it's great that you're the one who actually decided to do this, because if you would have left it up to me, it would have been just like my album never came out.
It came out. It finally came out in 2019. It only had been like maybe 15, 16 years since I've been bugging you.
It's been that long since we've known each other. It's crazy.
Releasing your album. I mean, like, your songs are amazing. My kids love your music. And when kids love music, it's good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your motivation behind your music, because our guests are going to be able to hear a couple of different songs. I'm going to lace them throughout this podcast so they can get a sample of the songs that you've released so far, maybe some sneak peeks of what's coming up on your next album. But tell us about your album. What is it called? Why did you call it that? And what can we expect in this album if we're listeners to your music?
Well, that's a great question. You're good at this, and I love this, that we're doing this, on your platform. This is amazing.
Thank you.
The name of the album is called Phone Wallet Keys. And I came up with the title because those are their different essentials that I kind of reach out for, right? When you're looking to leave the house or go somewhere, you're looking for your phone, your wallet, your keys. Those are essentials. And I want this album to incorporate the different essentials in music that we look for. Love, anger, growth, all that into an album. So I figured if you have your phone, your wallet, your keys, you're on your way to This Place Called Music, which is ultimately the name of my label. It's called This Place Called Music. And eventually I want to get there. And this was going to be my phone, my wallet, my keys to get in the car to go to that place called music. So, yeah.
I want you to know that my husband always checks for his phone, wallet, and keys.
Yes.
Because he listened to your song, Phone, Wallet, Keys, and it's like a natural check for a guy to like have all his stuff. And my husband has his phone, wallet, and keys wherever he goes, even at our wedding. But anyhow, that digresses. I really got on him about that. What were you buying? What were you buying at our wedding that was already paid for? But anyhow.
Yes.
So I love the fact that you have an explanation for all of your songs. Let's get into this, because one of my favorite songs that you have is called Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I don't know if you parlez-vous français, but most people don't. So what does Je ne sais quoi mean, and what does that song mean to you?
Well, I mean, Je ne sais quoi. It's basically having that something that can't be described. And the song came about to where I was dating this guy, and he said he has no idea why he's so, which is so weird, right? For someone to tell you, why am I in love with you? Why do I like you? Like, you usually have some reason why someone likes you, right?
Yeah.
But my answer to him is my je ne sais quoi. It's just something that people gravitate towards me. People like what I say, how I feel, and the things that I do. So it's just I can't describe it to you.
Right.
It's just my vibe, my je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, there is something about Wayne, and I didn't realize your je ne sais quoi when I first met you. In fact, I was kind of like, who is he?
Oh, let's get into that. Like how you did, like we wasn't supposed to be friends.
We were not
20 years or so ago.
Oh my gosh,
like,
literally 20 years ago.
That's crazy business.
I know, we're old.
Like, I remember the first time that I met you, I knew you didn't like me.
Yeah.
And I knew you didn't like me.
Well, you just look like a little boy. You just seem so young.
And
you were my background singer. You were insignificant to me.
Right. No, let's get real. That's real. Like I came and I was so eager to be on stage with you, and I really wanted to sing behind you.
Yeah.
And I was just smelling you so much, and I was like, look, I need to be involved into whatever she did. You gave me not the time of day.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Too much of a diva.
Yeah, and you, for some reason, I love that.
You know what's so funny, Wayne? Look, I met a little boy at that wedding that we were singing at named Taj. And I was like, he was so little. He was like 2 and running around bad as hell, running around the place. Everybody, Taj! And I named my child after him too. So how ominous is that?
Look at that.
And my son was just a little badass too.
Well, I mean,
running around acting.
I mean,
that's true.
I mean,
it's ominous. So we were meant to be together.
We
even though
were
you
meant to
broke
be.
up with me several times in life.
A couple, but I mean,
was never going to let you go.
I would never let you go. I mean, come
I
on,
wrote a song about that too.
Well, life is full of songs. People ask me how is it that you have so many songs, and why is it that you can write every day? Because life itself is a song. Yes. Everything that we do, everything that we say is a song.
Yeah.
And it just happens to where I love to put that down on wax.
So that is your outlet. Like literally everybody needs a very positive outlet to kind of get out frustrations, pain, joy, happiness, sorrow, and music is everything. The one thing I admire about you as also a songwriter, you never stop. Like there are moments in life like I don't feel like writing music, but you write all the time and about everything. And so, we're working on a collabo right now for a song, and I'm so excited about it because it's such a great
I can't wait for
foundation for something so beautiful. But you've always had, I don't care if it's hip hop, I don't care if it's R&B, you rap, you have alternative like characters that you talk about Mr. So-and-so. Who is Mr. So-and-so?
Mr. So-and-so. Okay, yeah, Mr. So-and-so shows up every now and again. Mr. So-and-so is the alter ego, one of my alter egos.
Yeah.
Everyone has him. They just don't talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. So I actually kind of split him up. Mr. So-and-so is the very flamboyant kind of I'm gonna say what I want to say kind of character. Then there's the Mr. M, which we don't speak about because a lot of people ask me what does the M means in Wayne M. But that M guy is the guy that I really don't talk about too much, just because he's the guy that no one will ever kind of like, so we don't bring him up. And then there's Wayne M. But Mr. So-and-so, he says what he wants to say, and he says it the way he wants to say it, and that's why he really doesn't. Nobody people know his name like that. It's just a Mr. So-and-so.
He is so funny though.
He's everything.
Because you know why? Because you are fully expressive. I've never met a guy who is so fully expressive of his entire gift. Like when you sing a song, when you sing a ballad, like I get shy at times to hit my full potential of voice because my voice is so loud. You don't give a fuck how loud your voice is. You just let it out. You're
what that comes from,
it just comes out.
Well, that comes from the church.
I love it.
That comes from my upbringing with the church, and then also my mom and my dad.
Yeah,
and you know them.
I love it.
They're loud.
Yes,
like the whole house. Just imagine me at 9 years old and having the whole house full of 6 people, and we're just loud. And like I said, coming from the church is, of course, we sung a cappella everything. We didn't have any instruments or anything like that, so our voice was our instrument.
Yeah.
So, and then we had tamarines.
Yeah.
I kind of like bang out on that, but it was all just a cappella. Yeah. And we just had to sing from there. And especially when you have a choir of 20 people, you had to be heard.
Yeah.
So it just trained me to, put my voice there and all that. So
you're the Theo Huxtable of your family. You've got 3 sisters, and you're the boy.
Yeah.
And you're the baby.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm middle child.
That's right. That's right. You have a younger sister. So you're the middle. You are the Theo.
I am.
You truly are the Theo Huxtable of your family. So what was that like growing up with nothing but feminine energy around you, and how did that influence your music?
Well, I know a lot about women. I really do, and know how to maneuver through this world, because women do kind of rule the world. I'm just whoever's listening, I hope you understand that women do kind of rule this world. But I learned how to manage and how to channel my sensitive side of it. Another, I guess, podcast we could talk about is masculinity, toxic masculinity. And I didn't have any of that growing up in my household, because my dad was the household, and he is the man, and he taught me, quote, the man things to do. And my mom taught me how to get in touch with myself, and how to keep an even balance of being a gentleman. And then my dad taught me how, of course, to be a gentleman and also a scholar, is what he would always say to me. But my household was it was a very interesting household. I think we need a reality show, and we were going to call it Living Lucas, because when I tell you every day there's a fucking episode. When I tell you of something going on,
now
it's
you got
something going on.
Absolutely.
Now, yes, there's kids now.
House, so.
It's a lot more in this in the episodes, and a lot going on. But growing up, Wayne M was very interesting.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I was the only boy in the family, and
what was that like? Like, how did you find your friends? Were they always at school? Like, where'd that come from? How did you find your place in your family and in the world, and make such a staple for yourself?
Well, I was babied, of course, because I'm the only son, so I was the prince. I was Simba, and I was very babied and very sheltered, to be raised as knowing, I was that guy. I was that guy. Even when I went to school, I didn't have any problems going to school and making friends, because I had the gift of gab, which my other sisters don't really have. I guess it just came from me seeing them and learning from them, and going to school and meeting friends. And I never had a problem meeting friends or making friends. And I don't know. It just became natural. So it was just good for that. And then, of course, having a house full of people, I would always talk to them. So it was very easy for me to talk to everybody else instead of being a single child,
And tell me a little bit about how that influenced your dating life. Like, who are you dating? Like, how has that helped you to grow up and, like, figure out life in terms of connection and relationships with other people?
Well, right now, my parents have been married for December 31st. It will make them 43 years of marriage.
Wow.
Right. That's unheard of. So, I mean, with that dynamic in my life, showing love and constant love, and everything wasn't always at a 10. Sometimes it had their lows and stuff like that, but they tried their best to keep that out of our life. But showing love and learning love, I learned it through them. And what I'm looking for when I date or when I'm in a relationship, I'm looking for something similar to that. Someone loving me unconditionally, and having my back. My dad always had my mom's back, and they both had each other's back. It was a team, and that's what I'm looking for when I look for a relationship, or kind of love what I'm looking for.
So tell me about some of the sacrifices that you've made for the sake of love and music.
Sacrifices?
Yeah.
Jeez, that sounds like an SAT question, T. Like the fuck? Like I have to, like, what did you just say to me?
Because think about it. Like, for me, as a mother, a single mother with 3 kids, and then now I'm a married woman with 4 kids, I have made so many sacrifices for the sake of my music, like going to auditions and getting childcare providers at the last minute for an audition, or singing in LA at midnight on a Saturday night, and, trying to figure out how to make those dynamics happen, going in line at, Making the Band or American Idol, or, just writing, like finding quiet time to write music and use my pain and turn it into passion, which turns into music, which turns into, something someone else can relate to and listen to. So I know you've been through similar battles, challenges, ups, downs, ebbs, flows. Tell me about that and how that has made you the singer-songwriter extraordinaire that you are today.
Well, a lot of people, they love to say that, I've had so much support, in my gift. And the support that I got from my family was, okay, you can sing, and you can write. but how can that pay a bill? You know, so I got a lot of that, but which a lot of people won't talk about, and how, you know, it took a while for my parents to realize that this is what I wanted to do for a living. Like, this is what I wanted to bring money into this can bring money into my home. Like, this can support me. It took a while for that.
Seriously.
But it took a while. Like, my mom and dad, they didn't really. My mom did, because she wanted to be a singer. My dad, it was more of the blue collar. You know, you're going to work until you retire, and then that's pretty much it. Like, that's what you're going to get. This whole little singing thing that you got going on, son. I mean, it's cute. I mean, it's good for every second Sunday when you get up here and you sing a song for me, and you know, that's fine for what you want to do in the living room with your sisters and, you know, start a group. But I mean, how is this going to fund whatever you want to do? So that was always in the back of my mind every time I wanted to do music. Like, is this going to produce anything? And that drove me to writing every day and my outlet. But my parents, don't get me wrong, they really did support me as much as they could. I wish they would have definitely put me into, you know, like your kids, and like performing art schools and stuff like that. I really wanted something like that. I really did. And I'm thinking that I was going to be like Fame, you know, the whole, yes, I want to live forever. Don't do it. Don't do it. I wanted to do this so bad. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to, but you know, it wasn't in my cards, and which made me more and more. I had to focus on showing them. I had to prove to them, not only myself and to everybody else. I had to prove to my parents that this was okay.
Well, you did it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've streamed your songs. Like, I literally listen to your music. My kids listen to your music. Like, I tell everybody to listen to your music. I post your music. It's so amazing. You are the most unknown, most popular, amazing songwriter, singer I've ever met in my entire life. And
well, you've heard all that. Like, you have this album. You've heard this album years ago.
Literally. These are songs I've been listening to for 15 some years, but that's the thing. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that but you and me and a couple of others that you've shared your music with. But you have that je ne sais quoi. You have that it factor, and you're not just an amazing artist. Like, you are the songwriter. You're the producer. Like, people don't know that you actually produce your own songs. You play your own music. Like, you go and scale and do everything yourself. You didn't send it to somebody to get it mastered. You did it yourself. So tell me about that hustle. Like, what was that like? See, my biggest problem is I could write a song. I may even be able to do the music for my songs. But then once I do the music, it's hard for me to write to. Or once I write the music, it's hard for me to do the music to. And it's certainly harder to master because you've heard it so many times. You do it all. Tell me about that process. What is it like for you? And how do you do it?
When I tell you, it comes with a lot of isolation. I've learned a lot of this stuff when I was living in Atlanta, and I was working with TLC and different cover artists out there when I was working on that project, and learning the behind the scenes and how it works and functions, because I realized that if I wanted something done, I had to do it myself and the way that I want it done. Because I've had a couple of producers, you know, I've had a couple of people who want to engineer sessions and stuff like that, but they can never get it the way that I wanted to get it. So I need to learn and see what are the basics, what are they doing, so I can go ahead and take it back to me and know how to fix it the way that makes me sound the way that I want to sound, or the kind of vibe that I want. So I had to learn all that, and it took, you know, it took a while for me to learn it, but I was diligent with it. Like, I knew this is what I wanted. I had a goal, I had a plan, so I had to learn all that. When it comes down to playing instruments, I learned all these instruments, and I play them by ear. The guitar, the bass, the drums, the percussion, all by ear. And when I learned all that, I went ahead and put that down on wax. And then writing songs came easy to me because it's just conversations to me. Like, I can have a conversation with you, which we've done numerous times before.
Wait, pause there. Okay. So one day, I'm going to tell this story. One day, this was probably 10, 12 years ago, I was on my way to Michael's to go get some cellophane wrap for some Easter baskets for my kids. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Michael's. I'm going to get some cellophane on the phone with Wayne. And he's like, what's cellophane? I said, oh, it's the plastic wrap you put around Easter baskets. He's like, oh, so he wrote this song called Cellophane. Wrap me up in cellophane. Present for you. I'm a present for you, baby. It was the best. I was like, oh my God, you're a fucking genius. I've never heard somebody literally flip a song out of something you learned the same day into literally that not only made sense, but it was catchy. It was awesome. I literally listened to that song for years. So finish your story, but you're a fucking genius. I just want you to know.
Stop. I love that.
I just can't even believe it. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget how you flipped something in the same day because you had time and you made something out of nothing.
He had time.
He made something out of nothing. I hadn't heard about cellophane until 2 days before either, but that's the whole point. You found out you made peanut butter out of some peanuts. Okay?
What is cellophane? And when you put me up on game, and I was like, okay, that's what that is.
I bet y'all just found out what cellophane is too. Nobody knows.
Nobody understands what that cellophane is. They're probably thinking about hair products. They have no idea.
Exactly.
But that's the whole. What was I talking about?
I don't even know. It's just amazing to me. I'm sorry.
No, talking about that whole other coming up with songs and all that sort of stuff. That whole process, a process of the album. So I couldn't find anybody who could mix my album the way that I wanted to be mixed. So I had to learn how to mix it. Mm-hmm. And it took me a little bit to do it because a lot of people ask me like, why is it so long for this album to come out? And it's only that long because of fear, number one, and number two, of me learning the process of doing it myself. So I had to learn how to mix and master and learn how to put it all together to come up with this project. So, and make sure that it's timeless, just because the songs are pretty dated, but you would never know that from the production and how it's set up.
Know. Yeah. And so let's talk about that. You mentioned it. I'm going to kind of dive into that. Let's talk about that fear, because I've got it. We all struggle with confidence issues, and I find that there are a lot of singers, and I won't even call them songwriters. There are a lot of singers nowadays that they are 99% confidence and very much 1% talent, if that. Yeah. And they are making millions of dollars doing it. Well, you're literally 99% talent. You've got all the talent in the freaking world. It's unbelievable. And your pinky finger, you, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, those are the people that you're on that same level. You know what I'm saying? So talk about that. What does that fear do to you, and how do you manage that so that you continue to put out great music?
Well, from the years of me working with in the industry, working for someone else and being someone else's voice in their ears and their arranger and stuff like that, it made me create a little bit differently, because I wanted to appease more to the audience more than just appeasing to me, which is kind of sucks. Like you kind of lose yourself in that. And I kind of took a break from music because of that. And one of the songs that I guess we'll review is called All He Wants. And that's when I took a break from music. It's because I couldn't find myself. I was too busy doing music for everyone else and what they would like, and it wasn't fun for me anymore. So it's all about finding that niche and finding how it works for you.
Yeah. One of the things that I really, really love is that you're very unapologetically gay, and a lot of your music is very unapologetically gay and really focuses on male interactions with one another, and it shocks a lot of people who aren't expecting that. Yeah. I know that you got a lot of flack for that when you first released your album, of people who are just like, well, why can't you just, camouflage this, like Luther Vandross and even Sam Smith, that he talks about you. He doesn't talk about him or her. He just says you, because it's his way of camouflaging who he's singing to, knowing full well he's singing to a man. You don't give a fuck, and you're not trying to camouflage anything. So tell me about.
Well, I realized that when I was approached by some A&Rs. I'm not going to tell the name of the.
Don't put them on blast.
Don't put them on blast.
It's just a little small podcast. Ain't nobody listening.
Well, just they're very well known. I'll put it like this. A&R people, and they approached me and they wanted me to be the first openly gay R&B singer. I wasn't with it. Like I was much more than that. Like I don't want you to take my sexuality as being the forefront of how do you make your money. Like I'm not good with that. And the way that they said it to me, it was like, we like you. I was like, thank you. It was like, well, the reason why we kind of like you, because we know that you're gay. I was like, okay. And they was like, well, what we do like about it though, but you're a not offensive gay.
What does that mean?
All of that sentence alone
because you're
is
a black
offensive.
male. So what do you mean non-offensive gay?
You're a non-offensive gay. That statement alone is offensive.
Absolutely. Did they ask to touch your hair too?
Look, that part. The other one. You're a non-offensive gay.
Wow. What does that mean?
I'm I can pass. I guess that's what that means.
50-50
yes. But they don't know Mr. So-and-so.
They don't know Mr. So-and-so.
Yeah, but I mean...
But see, was this before or after Frank Ocean? Because
this is before Frank Ocean.
He's very unapologetically out himself.
Well, no, he started off being bi.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm not sure what he is now. He has a song that's out right now, but yeah, this is before Frank Ocean came out, and they wanted me to be the first openly gay R&B artist, but just because I was not offensive, not offensive gay, meaning that I guess I wasn't flamboyant and I wasn't in your face about it. I wasn't all this. I could just be me and say he or him in an album, in a song, and make you think about it. I've done, I love karaoke, as you know. I've done karaoke before and got on stage and sung a Prince song, which is Prince is everything, right? So I get on there and I sing a Prince song, and as soon as I get off a stage, I got, this 6'5" bouncer, 6'5", 350-pound bouncer comes up next to me and
throwing
goes,
his panties and shit.
Yeah. He came up to me and was like, man, you know what? I'm not gay, but if I was...
You be the one.
You be the one. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's what they mean, not offensive, meaning that I can walk into a room and I can sing about a dude and it'll be okay because, I mean, you're just
you get everybody.
You get everybody, yeah. But I didn't like that term, so I didn't go with him. And I feel like they were trying to put something else above my talent and my craft. So
this obviously was before Cardi B, who is very open about her sexuality to many of these female artists. And there's probably a discrepancy here because many female artists talk about being with women, they got men, they got everything, and it's not a big deal at all. What do you think is the issue with a gay man singing to another man about love, when love is the topic that we should be focused on? Because I honestly feel like you do a great job of doing that. You have this song called My Man, and I love the song because I'm like, I would sing that to my man, and I don't even think about the fact that you're singing it to your man and that being different. Sure. And so how are you able to pull people into this music that is so neutral, but very direct? There's no qualms about it. You're singing to your man. The song is called My Man.
And that's funny that you mentioned My Man's song because I've had a couple straight guys who came up to me and told me that they love that song.
My husband loves that song.
You know what I mean? And it's like... part of me is like, do you know I'm talking about a dude? But part of me is just like, you have that's the way music is. Right. Music is transparent. It just, you hear it and you love it the way that you hear it and you love it.
Exactly.
So that's why My Man is actually a crazy song. It's about someone being crazily in love with someone who's not in love with them.
Yeah.
And
but it's so beautiful. What your intention was.
Yes.
This is the neutrality that I think these executives were trying to talk to you about. I know it sounded offensive probably at the time because it hadn't been done yet, but your music is so futuristic. It is so edgy and advanced for where we are as a society that they saw the potential financially for them to be able to obviously promote it. But the reality is, it is such a neutral song. You could hear that song in if you're talking about toxic masculinity. If I were a guy, I wouldn't feel gay listening to it because it's a good song, regardless of the topic, regardless of who you are speaking to, regardless if I'm singing My Man and I'm a guy and I'm happen to be a straight male and singing this to a girl. It's love. And I think that that's at the foundation of everything that you write. And so...
Well, that's what the song is about. It's about love and someone wanting to be loved and he thought that he was in love.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to take My Man out of it, some guys, I'm not sure how they listen to it. They probably listen to it, oh, my girl says that to me. Yeah. Or if a guy is listening to it and he's happen to be gay, he can be like, oh my guy said that. Yeah. But the song is basically about, someone loving someone who doesn't really love you that way. And I've had to, all these songs are real life situations. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't know. These are real life situations that happened in my life or happened into my circle of friends. And this actually happened to where you know, you go on these dates, you go on these things, you go on all these, you know, situations with a guy, and you feel like, you know, they love you, but it turns out to where they don't even know you.
Right.
They don't even know you like that.
Yeah.
So, and this is basically what it is. And the hook of the song is basically saying, but you're my man.
Right.
Like, you said that you like me.
Yeah.
You said that you love me.
Yeah.
You said that we can do all these things. So you're my man.
Yeah.
Like, you really are, right? Right? You
right.
are. No, you are my man.
Seriously,
like, you seriously are my man. Right. And that's the crazy part about it, is because a lot of people feel that.
Through that.
A lot of people feel
You're
that
my
way.
girl, you're my man, you're my woman. It doesn't matter. I think we've all gone through a love lost because there was a miscommunication
Sure.
and a misunderstanding of what this is.
Yeah.
Are we fucking? Are we friends? Are we
Right.
looking for more? What
Right.
is this? And sometimes I think that's why I love talking about relationships. And as a life coach, I always get asked questions about this. When you're dealing with love relationships, just make it plain.
Just make it plain and simple.
Communication is everything. I just had a family meeting with my teenage daughters yesterday about communication and respect. If you respect me, you will talk to me. You will communicate with me.
Yes.
You will not withhold information or lie to me. Because we all have triggers, and we've all been through some type of relationship where we felt like we were doing more of the communicating than we were from our partner, or receiving back than we gave. And so I appreciate that your music does that. You literally, for men, women, and children, say exactly what is on people's minds the way it's on their minds. So you're like a comedian. Comedians say things that we would love to say colorfully, but, you know, PC wise, we have to withhold. And so I appreciate what you bring to the table.
I love doing this.
Yeah, you're good at it. So keep doing it.
I will. The next album that's coming up, I don't have a title for it yet.
That's okay. What's on the album? What type of music?
It's the same exact, not same exact, but so the feel of something's on there for everybody. We're going to get more ballads on this one.
Okay.
Because I didn't have too many ballads on the other one, but a lot of people, I've done the stats on the album, and it shows that a lot of people love the
You
love
can
the
sing.
ballads.
You not just like you do the harmony thing, you do the hip hop thing, you do the R&B thing. That's really cool. It's fun. It's amazing. But you can sing, like for real. You've won contests. Like you can sing your ass off. So people want to hear that. And you don't get a lot of tenors these days that can sing in that upper register. And so I definitely encourage you to continue to give the people what they want, but from the perspective of what you need to get out from your soul, because that is going to be the key to your success.
I'm waiting for it. It's fun.
Waiting for it.
It's gonna be fun, and like you already know that I'm collabing with you. I'm collabing with a lot of people this year.
I love it.
So working with you, working with a couple other artists that I'm working with, LaMarco Smith. No, I'm not cheating. It's a whole little. It's a whole little thing. It's a whole little thing. So I'm working with LaMarco Smith. I'm working with him. I'm working with David, which is another guy who I'm working with, trying to get out there in the industry. Like I told you, this place called Music is a label, and you're definitely the first lady.
I love it.
Yes. But just basically, you know, trying to get that out and going, and working with different people to get this out there and let people know good music is still here.
It really is, and we're doing it. And I love that you said I'm the first lady. I think of Faith Evans. Every time I listen to one of her songs, my 5-year-old says, "Mommy, is that you?" I'm like, "Oh, you're saying I sound commercial.
No,
you're
nice.
so sweet.
You're so nice to me."
Thanks, babe. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and wrap this up and make sure that everybody knows how to get in contact with you. How can we buy your music? How can we get in touch with you on social media? Who is Wayne M. Lucas?
Well, you can go to www.wayne-m.com, and it has everything there. My Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. And you can also purchase my album, Phone Wallet Keys, on there. And also the different updates. I'm going to be doing shows this year. Excellent. Yeah, I feel like I have enough time now to get out there to get a band and, you know, do some shows and show people, you know, my side. And the, you know, a lot of people heard the album now, so they have their own interpretation of the songs. So now it's good for me to get out there to explain the album just a little bit more. And I love it. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
I'll be singing every song.
Yeah, because you've been knowing these songs though. But yeah, I can't wait to get out there and to sing this album and to see, you know, the reaction of the people, and also the little bit of my new music that's coming out. So
I'm so excited for you. Wayne and Lucas is such a rising star, such an amazing songwriter, such a force to be reckoned with. You guys, please, please, please check out his music. Go ahead and buy his album. Support Black business and support new artists and support songwriting, because the reality is music today is a machine and this is a man, and I know this man. So please support this man and what he's trying to accomplish. Go to wayne-m.com for any of his music. You can get him on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. He's out there. He's doing big things. And he also has a side business doing a little bit of videography and photography as well. So if you need anything like that, reach out. This has been Filter Free with Tahera Rene Christy. I want to say God bless you all. And until we see each other next time, peace.
Yes, it's filter free.